Thank you, Mayor. I'm just like Nancy, I have to have prepared remarks because I'm not a politician anymore. On April 27th, 2011, just 1 year ago, an angel of death and destruction descended upon central Alabama with a vengeance which we have not experienced before. Only those of us who've been in combat have ever seen anything remotely resembling that nightmare. 3 dozen tornadoes broke out across Alabama, wreaking havoc on the countryside. At least 248 people were killed, and thousands of homes were destroyed. Here, just outside of Eclectic, the lives and fortune of so many were changed forever. 6 people were killed in our community, dozens were injured, and over 100 houses were damaged or destroyed, and so many others were affected in so many ways. Our prayers go up to God for the souls of those whom He took home. Our hearts go out to the survivors and loved ones of those departed. Many might question what kind of God would allow or cause such a catastrophe. It is not for us to question the motives and methods of the Almighty. He has a master plan so complex that all we can do is give thanks and praise for the short time that He allows us on this earth. It is our duty, rather tonight, to remember those who perished in that awful night of terror. We memorialize them and offer our prayers to our loved ones. Oftentimes, a disaster brings out the worst in people. However, in our community, that night sparked a wave of hope and goodness seldom seen. The Red Cross, the Salvation Army, Emergency Management Agency, and other churches and community service organizations would spring up within days. However, we the people sprang into action the following day. The First Baptist Church of Eclectic immediately converted their Food for the Needy program into a Food for Tornado Victims and began supplying food to the victims. A group of neighbors and friends opened a vacant store at 62 Elijah Road at 10 o'clock the following day. Donations flowed in by the truckload. Volunteers showed up by the score. And the survivors of the tornado were served with ice, clothing, tarps, medicine, water, personal items, and a myriad of other things so necessary for daily living. The hope in the eyes of those we served will never be forgotten. Many had lost everything. Within days, we set up a virtual Kmart in which those victims could shop at ease and take as much as they wanted. They called up with a shopping list and volunteered to deliver for them. Just imagine losing everything and then receiving anything you want. There are so many people to thank and recognize that I know that I'll forget many, but I have to recognize some of them. And if you're here, would you please stand? Stacy Norton, Christy Edwards, Nick Nolan, Chad Baker, James Criswell, David Martin, Kathy Smith, Leslie Ford, Sean Goodwin. I know I've left out a lot of other people. There were hundreds of help. But those people came every day, and we were open for over 3 months. We started out 18 hours a day, and as the needs of the people were met, we slowly scaled back our hours. We finally closed our operation 3 months later when people stopped coming. And that was good because that meant that their needs had begun to normalize. Medix Manufacturing Company supplied the shelving and the crews to erect the shelving. The Alabama Red Cross donated a semi-truck of water. The Creek Indian Casino provided clothing, equipment, supplies, and they also supplied the food here tonight. Alabama Dumpster provided a huge trash dumpster and kept it empty for us. Stuart Forsyth provided full-time use of a four-wheel vehicle. I provided a building at 62 Elijah and rented an empty building across the street for bulk storage. Spence Singleton provided free electricity to that building. Mission Love Seeds, a nonprofit group from Destin, Florida, delivered furniture and appliances. As word got out on TV and the newspapers, donations flooded in. Many churches from Montgomery, Birmingham, and the surrounding areas responded with everything that we could possibly use. I'd like to thank Kevin Taylor and David Goodwin for their excellent coverage of our efforts. Ranchito Morin, the Mexican restaurant Eclectic, supplied food and even sold t-shirts to help raise funds. From as far away as Orange Beach, the Kiwanis Club sent in a check for supplies. People just called in from all over, want to know what to send and where to send it. We finally had so much that we asked people to start sending donations to Tuscaloosa and other areas. Who were the people behind the relief center, and why did they do it? They were simply friends, neighbors, and good Samaritans. There was absolutely no government or social organization involved in putting together our relief effort. That's why it came together so quickly and worked so well, because the government was not involved in it. We just got together and decided what to do and how to make it happen. No one was in charge. No one wrote out a plan. We just did it. We didn't have any meetings. We didn't have to get approval from anyone. We just did it. Try that with the government. Plain, ordinary people helping other plain, ordinary people. And there were countless hundreds who helped. Too many to remember, too many to count, but they all rose to the occasion. They will always rise to the occasion. You see, these people are really angels. And I'm reminded of a spiritual song called the Servant Song. Won't you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. We are pilgrims on a journey. We are travelers on the road. We are here to help each other, to walk the mile and bear the load. When we sing to God in heaven, we shall find such harmony. Born of all we know together, of Christ's love and his agony. God bless each and every one of you. May he continue to bless you and to shield us from disasters. But if misfortune comes away again, he will send angels to minister to those in need.